Welcome back to Project GoodSpeed, and on today's video we're going to be adding the front lip to the CRV here, which is going to be technically the first video of the CRV build. Now I've actually already done a few modifications to the CRV just because, you know, when I go to the junkyard a lot I find parts whenever I find them.
I know I don't need them, but when am I ever going to find these again?
And I really don't want to hold off on installing some of them, especially because, for one, the big thing is I replaced all the seats, so they are all now leather. And the other big thing that I installed was the roof rack here, which is the OEM one that I managed to find and restore from one of the CRVs at the junkyard. And that's pretty much it, other than the JDM rear cargo cover that I found. Also pretty cool, but I didn't really plan on any of those, so I just found them and I threw them on there. But today we're going to go ahead and install the front lip, which is actually from a GM vehicle, which according to the forums is one of the, I think personally, one of the best looking ones. So it just requires a little modification. So here is the front lip here, and I think it's from a 2006 or 7 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And let me show you guys the problem. I'll show you guys a shot of the CRV here, and you guys can see the CRV has a much more curved front end slash bumper, so the straight bumper from the Jeep will need to be modified. And you guys can see here, if I put it up against the corner, it doesn't really flex all that much, especially from the bottom. You guys can see it doesn't really do much flexing, and it really needs to curve, especially from where the headlights start to where the bumper ends, you know. So it's much more like a trapezoid shape instead of a straight line that we got here. So what I'm thinking is if I cut the bottom part here, which really makes it really rigid, you guys can see it'll flex whenever I start to bend it. So if I cut it and make it really thin, that should help with the rigidity. And if I install some inserts here onto the bumper, when I bolt it down, it should hold it in place. So let's go ahead and get started. And I'm not really gonna be too specific about it. I'll probably leave like an inch from the 90-degree bend here to the end, like that, maybe cut off that much. So doesn't need to be exact. Oh, this is gonna be too small. I need a bigger blade. I don't want to waste time with a handsaw. So here we go. Cut off about this much. Now it should be a lot more flexible. Yeah, okay. Definitely work with this now. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just clean this up, and we're gonna go ahead and mock it up. So it is curving now, and it's supposed to go there. Okay, so I need to cut this one off, or yeah, I'm gonna cut. This one's good. Cut basically all of these in the middle, honestly. Okay, so as soon as it starts to dip down here, that's when these little pieces get in the way, and I am not able to get a nice clean seal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them all off pretty much. So here's what I got. I got one center piece, one center tab, and then I left obviously the end pieces because they're gonna curve the most. And I just cut this one in half so that I can still screw something in if I want to, but I might chop them off. And then it's the same thing on the other side. So let's go see if it fits. Let's see, so it should go there. You know, maybe I might be able to just cut a slit here and just slide it in there. Yeah, but then it won't be able to bolt to anything. Here's my thinking, okay? The lip on the Civic really only has 2 bolts. The same thing, it's both on the edge. And I think it also has double-sided tape in the front. So if it's good for the hatchback, it's good for the CRV. And I did clean them up. I got them as smooth as I could. Obviously it's not perfect, but technically the only tabs are on the edges, and this one is broken, but it's a screw with a washer, so it should be fine. We're gonna go ahead and just actually use the OEM bolts on the CRV right now, and I'm gonna see if that is enough to hold it. I'm not gonna use the tape for now, but let's see what it looks like. Okay, so it looks like I might also need to modify the front bumper here. I thought I could get it to warp and bend with it, but it seems that there's too many curves and it really won't stay, you know. I can get it to bend, but there'll be a gap right there. And I don't want that. The other alternative is to just cut straight this way and maybe put the double-sided tape along this edge so that it adheres to this edge here, you know? Maybe that'll be enough to hold it. I don't think I could just put the tape and get it to hold just because there's too much of a gap here, you know? I was able to put the bolt on the other end, but it was a self-tapping screw. Oh, great. You know what, I think it just might be easier to take the bumper off and, you know, fasten the lip to the bumper and then install everything back in once it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Bumper has been removed, pretty straightforward. And like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut off this piece here, right there, right along that line at the top, so that this piece will not have to be bulged out. And then maybe I might be able to even fasten those edges to the bumper to keep it all nice and taut, and it'll make things a whole lot easier to bolt on than doing it upside down. So let me go ahead and just cut this off with the Dremel. Done. Now unfortunately what this means is I won't have these two little screws on the bottom to fasten it. So I'm gonna have to find some other way to fasten it to keep it from flapping in the wind. Shouldn't be too complicated though. Come on. So that was not simple, and it's not done. You see the edges there? They are flapping. But it's a nice starting point. I can cut off any excess and just level it off here. I did have to go with self-tapping screws, unfortunately, and I did notch out a few curved breather points so that the plastic can bend. I don't know how it looks on the outside. I might have gotten the alignment from left to right off because it's kind of just guessing, really. Look, you see this is where the crease is here. This is where it goes over a little bit that way, and it does the same thing on this side. It just goes a little bit over. And I just try to ballpark it, but let's see. Now, unfortunately, it's too fragile to just drop down, but I don't think it's particularly, it's not bad, I think. I'm gonna go throw this on there real quick. Okay, obviously I need to use different hardware, but the basic gist of it is here. Look at this. Solid, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't look that bad. It's a good thing that the faded trim matches, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it back out. I'll switch hardware, maybe to some small nuts and bolts, or actually I think I have some rivet inserts, so I might be able to use them. These tiny little self-tapping screws just weren't cutting it, so I went to much bigger hardware and we're through. One thing I do want to mention is I'm gonna go ahead and just cut off the last bit here. I need to make sure it matches this width, but it's not going to be exact, to be honest, because the curving, either match up the curve with the body line or I match the actual line of the plastic to the line of this plastic, you know? I can't choose both. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and cut it off here. I need to get it to align properly. I think I pushed it too far in to get a good grasp on it because there's no clip here, you see, on this piece. There's nothing fastening this side down, which is gonna be a real bummer to look at. Maybe it won't be such a big issue, but I would prefer not to cut off too much. So I'm gonna just probably cut off like 1.5 inches here. And then once I push that over a little bit, 1.5 inches there. All right, I think that's good enough for now. I'm gonna hold off on the edges here because I think double-sided tape might be my best solution. Like I said, there are no tabs here, so there's not really much else I can do. This is the only lip I could find, and it looks like there might have been something there before, but it just broke off. So I don't know what to do with that just yet, but I did have to cut a little bit off the edge, and I think I got the measurement just right. Look, it looks sort of decent. Same thing here. I had to cut off 2 pieces off of the edges, and it's ready to go in. The only issue is, right, there is no lower support. To be honest, there might have been a better way to do this. Maybe cutting off a slit on the bumper and sliding this piece into that slit instead of removing the entire lower shield, because now it's just going to be flapping. and it's not gonna be good. But what are you gonna do? Okay, it's done. My battery died, so I had to charge it, but I got some shots of when I finished it not that long ago, and look, I think it looks better this way. I think it does create a little bit of an optical illusion. It makes it seem like the bumper's a lot longer than it actually is, and I don't have to stare at the weird bottom end of the car, you know. Things I do want to mention, I think there might have been a better way to fasten it to the bumper. I think if I cut slits down the bottom so that the lip could have kind of like slid into those slits, and then I would just fasten it onto the bumper on the corners. That might have been a little bit better, but those screws did definitely work, although I don't know how this will handle on the highway. Where did that come from? It's the bumper piece. I can't get it to screw onto the weather stripping. It's not a bolt, it's a freaking fastener, it's got a little clamp on the plastic so it moves around. All right, anyway, that's gonna be it. Hopefully it doesn't flap all over the place. I did have to remove those bottom bolts, but it's not a big deal to me. Honestly, I think I drove the Civic like that for a while, so it's got bolts on there, so. The corners don't look all that great, honestly. I'm gonna have to wait for double-sided tape, and I'm actually gonna be restoring the entire trim, so I'm not gonna even paint it or clean it or anything like that, because I wanna get that nice, clean shot once it's all complete. That's really what it's all about, you know? Finding ways to build the car that you wanna drive, making it work. And now that I have this front bumper with the nice Jeep lip on it, I don't have to worry about looking at this front end anymore. I do have to do something about the paint though. It is faded. There's a lot of other stuff I gotta do. So until next time, guys, take care and good speed.